The Great Lakes are a world-class resource providing drinking water, fish and wildlife habitat, and outdoor recreation, supporting a vibrant economy and a freshwater way of life. The Great Lakes Business Network is a coalition of business owners committed to protecting the Great Lakes and the economy they support.
My ancestors were Native American from the Ojibwe tribe. Believe it or not, I'm actually the last in my family to have Native American rights. I always think about, my ancestors and, if they ever rode waves. That obviously plays a huge factor in why I care so much about the Great Lakes and keeping them clean. And
like no minerals in Lake Superior water, it's like all snow melt. So when it comes to brewing, it's amazing because we can make that water what we want it to be. We have a blank slate. It is Marquette, it's what we drink, it's what we bathe in, it's what we brew beer with, and it's where we recreate.
Our connection to the Great Lakes is quite simple. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the Great Lakes. We moved to Michigan explicitly because of the abundance of fresh water and arable land. And we wanted to position ourselves in one of the best spots in the world to grow food.
Clean energy is an important and rapidly growing part of the Great Lakes regional resilience to climate change. Policymakers must do more to grow the clean energy industry, bringing more high-paying and lasting jobs that support Midwest families and continue to address the climate crisis.
We use our brewery, our beer, our hospitality as a platform to champion stewardship of the Great Lakes.
Yeah, I would say the greatest threat from the use of fossil fuels is not only our climate change, which we see. I feel like it's what's here and present now, which is oil currently running through the Great Lakes.
If we keep burning more fuel and keep increasing those effects, personally, I think it's going to result in a real population boom in Michigan, and I think we're going to struggle with a lot of growing pain.
Obviously, we're seeing water levels change, and we're seeing algae blooms, and we're seeing things that pretty obviously related to a change in our climate.
And so we really have to view it as this asset that is irreplaceable. We want to be able to recreate in it. We want it to be able to stimulate our economy, but that's not free.
As business leaders, we can take steps to ensure that our communities are climate resilient, hold our policymakers accountable, and preserve our freshwater resources for future generations.
One, we made sure that we became the first USDA certified organic farm in Petoskey. Two, we became the first B Corp certified farm in the state of Michigan last year. They're important to show people what's possible. Okay, a lot of people think the nature of commercial farming doesn't lend itself to organic agriculture. You can't feed people growing organically.
Communication being critical to anything being a success, getting that message to these people in a way that they can understand it, which is pointing out what they're loving about this environment, about the lake, and helping them understand what they need to do or not do to keep it this way.
Fossil fuels are a necessary evil. It's part of doing what we do. But we need to be working in the direction to eliminate them eventually. Ethics over profit.
I hate seeing people fighting the progression of renewable energy, whether it be wind or solar. Any step that humankind can take towards producing renewable energy is just a step of progression and shouldn't be fought.
Climate change is already impacting our region, but policymakers have been slow to take decisive action. Too often, the fossil fuel industry has spoken for the business community, actively pitting the environmental interests of the Great Lakes region against the economy and working to slow a just transition to clean energy. Supportive policies at the municipal, state, and federal level can help advance many different aspects of the clean energy transition, including encouraging energy efficiency, promoting renewable energy projects and policies, and economic incentives to provide clean energy for all.
Been in business a couple years. We care deeply about this. This is a chance where we can really stake our claim and show our commitment to renewable energy. I sort of jokingly tell people we built as many solar panels as we could afford.
Capitalize on every opportunity that we have to be a better steward of the planet. If we have the opportunity to build infrastructure, which we're constantly doing, what's a green, smart way to do that?
We try really hard to remind people that sustainability isn't just solar panels and electric cars, it's solid paying jobs and businesses that can survive for generations to come.
The Great Lakes Business Network elevates the voices of companies who are part of the solution to protect the Great Lakes and our regional economy. More action is needed to encourage policymakers to advance clean energy and move us quickly toward a just transition away from fossil fuels. Become part of the solution. Join Great Lakes Business Network members as they work to leverage the voice of the business community to advance the clean energy economy and protect the shared waters of the Great Lakes.